So the theme which we published today is in tune with the universe. It came out of a Skype chat message from Bart. And I thought, okay, he's going to, in the middle of the day when I can't reply, say something about in tune with the universe. Let him explain himself in the meditation. When I told him this was the theme, he kind of freaked out a little bit. Because it's a whole workshop, it's not a meditation. So we thought we would do it together and make it as simple and short as possible, just to open some windows for the meditation of experience, possible experience. Any window is good. So when you look at when you see it coming up on Facebook, this, in tune with the universe, it sounds very new agey.
No wonder I missed it.
Yes. And out there. So maybe, first of all, it's a good idea to ground it. The universe is not out there. It's inside us, within ourselves. We're part of it. It's beneath us, below us, through us. We're made of stardust, the same matter, chemicals. It's not otherworldly. It's not science fiction. And the idea of being in tune is also not so far from fact, in the sense that the universe, matter, is moving through vibration, different frequencies of vibration. Light itself is a vibration of different frequencies. When there is a change in vibration around us in the universe, we also change with it without our even being conscious of it. All of us together vibrating in sync. So it's really not far away, the theme. But what it is very much in the now and in the here and nowness of experience. Just as if we were going to listen to some music, we could only ever take it in the moment. After that, it's already a recreation or a memory. So it's nice to really begin within ourselves and within the room and the atmosphere that we're sharing, to start to sense what's the vibe, what is there. To begin opening the receptivity, allowing the receptivity, which often means relaxing the body where it's resisting.
So when we look to in tune with the universe, again, what Georgi said is absolutely true. It's, for me, too big a subject to really talk about or to explain in the depth, or at least how I experience it in a very short period. So kind of making a shortcut to be in tune with the universe. When you look to the universe, it's a big name for something which is incredibly big, but it's one body. It's one physical happening, the universe as we know it. And like nature, on this planet, everything is basically connected with each other. Everything is influencing each other. Everything has an interconnection, is part of the whole. And when we look at ourselves as human beings, we are part of a whole as well, on a lot of different levels. We are part, of a family, which is a little whole. We are part of a people, which is a bigger whole. We are part of this world, which is a bigger whole. This world is part of a universe around ourselves. And maybe on other planets there's other lives, which, we are part of life, of being physically alive, as we kind of relate to being physically alive. And all of this basically is interdependent. We are incredibly interdependent on each other. And at the same time, we have a unique, separate I. There's nobody who perceives the world exactly the same as we do. There's nobody who's experiencing the world the same as we do. There's nobody who's exactly thinking as we do separately. We all have our own reality and our own truth, the own way we relate to the world, with our own lessons. Each experience, each thought, if it's positive or negative, each perception we have is incredibly worthwhile if you look to it from the whole. Nothing is there for nothing. Everything exactly kind of, comes together. We're incredibly of service to each other, especially when we hate each other. This is how we learn. Negative experiences towards each other is how we learn. Positive experiences with each other is how we learn. When somebody is, in our eyes, misbehaving and we react to it because we care. And because we feel somewhere inside ourselves that we're part of the whole. So we want this person to behave differently. And so often when a person is misbehaving, we take it personal. It says something about us. It bumps us. It bumps onto something inside us. And in bumping up to something inside us, it starts a process of understanding, a process of deepening, and in the end, the process of also seeing the reality of the other person. This can take ages, or this can take a moment. Our parents, with everything they bring, their qualities as parents, their fuck-ups as parents, their difficulties as parents, and what they bring, they're incredibly of service in kind of helping us to form an I, which is based so much upon the eyes of the parents. And to look at the world in a certain way. And it seems to be necessary that we have to develop this unique way of looking in the world. School systems are connected with that. And at the same time, what you see, what is built in nations, in school systems, by our parents, is a structure which is separate from the whole. And it seems almost to be impossible to cross this. It seems so much that in growing up we need to have a structure which is small. First it's the family, then it's the neighborhood, then it's the country, then maybe it becomes the world. But it's a separate structure. Israel is a separate structure from the states. The states are a separate structure from the world. From everybody. But it's the same in the family. And then what you see is two realities there. When you really look, if you just start with family, there is the reality in how we are presenting ourselves outwards. And there is the reality of how we really feel inside our family. So we have the tendency to present outwards as a unity, as a togetherness. We are a good family. There is a pink cloud of the story we build around our family. It's such a good family. It's better as the neighbor's family, for sure. It's not with all families like this, but it's a lot how we deal with family. And then when you really kind of look at the Shabbat table, and each person, how he's really connected with the other persons around the Shabbat table, there is often such a loneliness and such a kind of difficulty to really feel that you belong, that you really feel that you're part of. Not always, but often. There is a kind of loneliness there, adjustment. An adjustment we have to make to be part of. So when you look to this adjustment we have to make to be part of our society, the adjustment we have to make to be part of the world, to be part of Israel, this adjustment we have to make is creating a kind of rift. A rift between the outside and the inside. It's us and them. It's me and the rest of the world. And in this rift, we kind of lose so often connection with our own naturalness, which is also reflected in our relationship with nature. We're hardly able to appreciate and to experience nature so often. When we come into nature, we need time to adjust to nature, and then nature at a certain moment relaxes us, and we become more natural and become more part of nature. And when we come out, we feel kind of, refreshed and more ourselves. Which is great, because nature is still doing this. So it means that if we need this kind of time-space, we lost our connection with naturalness. If it takes time-space to come to yourself, you lost connection with yourself. So, for me, to make a lot of shortcuts and take out a little bit of the subjects which are around this, to be in tune with the universe is to naturally live your own life. Every experience which is brought forward in your life is worthwhile experiencing, even if it's unbearable. It's worthwhile experiencing just for the simple fact that it's there. It's not so important to say, why is it there? The why will come after you experience it in a very deep way, a deep understanding. But so often what we try, and this is partly how we lose our naturalness, is try to understand before we experience. Try to control before we let something in. It's like listening to music, but not really listening to the music. You get 2 tones and then you go to predict what will be the 3rd tone. And when you're right, you're okay, you're safe. And when you're wrong, you're not good enough. So part of being attuned to the universe first is to be now here. To be exactly in a place, whatever life is bringing you, what experience is bringing you forward. To take the challenge, to live it. And in living it and following it with your mind, with our incredible intelligent minds, we gain more and more understanding about patterns. And there is this crazy thing that when you understand psychological patterns, or you understand the patterns through which the universe is moving, or you understand chemical patterns, or you understand medical patterns, they all come to the same. It's all the same tune. There is not so much difference between them. And by understanding the patterns is not that we escape the patterns, that we escape being physical. But it brings us to a point where we realize that we are not the patterns. And this is exactly where is the freedom. So if we see in tune with the universe as music, so often what we do is that we don't listen to the music and we dance our own dance. Out of rhythm, out of tune. Not aware of the music that is there. Not aware of what our life is bringing us as a whole. So when we attune to the music, first we start to dance according the rhythm of the music, and we are maybe insecure and find it. But at a certain moment, then we feel a freedom, because on base of the music, we all have our own unique dance, which is different from other people. And in this we can be creative. We can make it more beautiful. We can express whatever we want to express in it. We have the freedom to form according to what is as an experience inside ourselves. In life, we can form with it whatever is needed, or whatever is there as a reality from us, for us. That's in tune with the universe and a shortcut for me. And that means that moving into freedom, moving into the whole process of inner growth, the highest that you can reach is naturalness. This is where we start to move into tune. And the freedom to, on this basis, express in a million different ways. Like each flower is expressing itself in a unique way. We've got 2 kinds of flowers here, but if you really look more closely, what you see is that each flower is unique. There's no flower exactly the same. And when you're sensitive, what you feel is that each flower has its own atmosphere, even they're coming from the same stem. They're expressing slightly a different quality of flowership. Flowerless. So let's leave it like this. You want to give the meditation?
So the meditation, in the first stage, move our attention and something which has been called the felt sense, the feeling sense, the sense of feeling, to all the areas of the body where we're making contact with other, like the floor, where our ass is on the chair, where it's contacting the back of the chair. So we have our body and we have where it's contacting other physical matter. So we bring our feeling attention to that area, feeling the weight of the body. Getting also a little bit of sense of the miracle of that. Having feet on the floor and arms on the chair and gravity, experiencing this. And then, little by little, allow the awareness or feeling to expand into the chair or the floor. And see if it's even possible to find a border where the chair and floor is feeling you or you're feeling the chair. Go into that space. If we do it where we're touching our own body, it's very easy. Is the leg feeling the hand or is the hand feeling the leg? So within the body itself, it's already very easy wherever the body is making contact with itself. But we can also do this with the chair and with the floor and with the whole physical. So this is the first stage.
The second stage.
Wow, did you rehearse a lot?
Months of planning.
Months of working. I'd like you to find a place inside yourself, somewhere inside your body, where you really, really feel comfortable right now. So there is always, when you sit down and you meditate, places which are discomfortable. And often what we do is that we kind of move to those places and we start to work on it. This has to relax and I want to release this and I've got a little pain here. So I like to do just the opposite. Try to find a place inside yourself where it's more comfortable. And the discomfort which is there, just allow it. And try to expand this place where it is more comfortable a little bit, make it a little bit bigger. And then, when you're in this place of being more comfortable, I'd like you to connect with a number. Achat. The number 1.
Oh.
And just see what this number 1 is meaning to you, how it's moving into you. What is number 1? Just the 1 inside yourself. And then the third stage, I'm stealing the third stage.
You missed your cue.
Or you want to do the third stage?
And the third stage is we move our awareness behind ourselves, really to the area behind the body, and construct a triangle, in which, a totally equal triangle, in which the bottom line is the basis of where we're sitting, behind ourselves. And when we've constructed this triangle, we allow ourselves, with our feeling, to melt backwards into it. And allow ourselves just to collapse into this triangle. Being aware of who is the one who is observing this. And the fourth stage.
There will be music. And during the music, I really would like you to try to, how do you say it, to witness or to observe or perceive how you are moving with the music. Music is always creating movement, inside, outside. I don't want you to actively move. You can just sit, but you're absolutely allowed to dance and to actively move as well. But I want you just to see what is the music moving inside yourself and just follow it. Okay?